We got a chance to talk to Dave Roberts. The Dodgers had a day game yesterday in Toronto, and so we got a chance to talk to him before the game. And I started off by asking him what he does on a day off.
I'm actually going to play contractor tomorrow in Cardiff. We're doing a whole landscape outdoor situation. I just want to kind of see what's going on. But usually I play golf. That's what I'll typically do.
All right. Like the
Yeah.
Masters is. Have you played Augusta?
I've played there twice.
And
It's the experience is unlike any other. I've been very, very fortunate, and I cannot wait for this week. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
well, how did you play at Augusta? Do you want to give me your score?
I shot 89 and 86.
Okay, that's not bad.
So respectable.
Did you play from the member tips at all, like on
I
18?
no, I played for the member tees.
Oh,
not
member
the-
tees. Okay. Yeah.
That's right. I did. That's my admission. But I feel that's all right.
I went all the way back on 18. And
Did you?
And it feels like those trees are growing when you're on the tee, like they get tighter and tighter. But we went all the way back. There's a couple of them you can play all the way back. But 18,
Oh, I know.
and I said, let's do it. Let's see. But it's a lot hillier than what you think.
So did you get into the fairway off 18 from the tips?
I did off to the left, but well short of the bunker on the left, and ended up bogeying. But we had fun.
Hey, that's a good bogey from the tips from that. That's a good bogey.
What do you think of ABS so far?
I like it. I think it's good. It might be a little bit too perfect in the sense of, a centimeter changes a call. But I do think that it makes the umpiring for me is getting better. And I think that that's whether they agree with that or not, because no one wants to be embarrassed. And so they bear down more. And I think that's better for the game.
How do you develop a strategy for appealing? Or is there a strategy?
You know what? We've done a good job of just talking about it. We've, we get our front office, we get our hitting guys, our veteran guys, our hitting guys, players, just talking about leverage. And I think the thing is that it's just trying to figure out what is leverage, when to use it. And I think that for the run prevention side, we give it to the catcher. And Will's been great. Will Smith has been great. And then I think it's also helped our hitters kind of really understanding the hitting zone, the strike zone. They're more in tune with it now.
How did we get to this point where umpires were given their own strike zone, Dave?
Well, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but Livan Hernandez with Eric Gregg behind the plate, history might have been changed. I think that the way that the game used to be, where it was like, you're Maddox or Glavine and whoever, any great pitcher, right, that has command, you're getting 3, 4, 5 inches off the plate. And as a young rookie, they're like, hey, man, he's going to get that pitch. You better swing the bat. And so I think that with social media, with everything, with analytics, everything is more precise. And I think that's good. You don't want to lose the human element with the umpires, which I think they get defensive of, which I get. But I think at the end of the day, people want to get the calls right. And that's what the integrity of the game should be.
Talking to Dave Roberts, Dodger manager. How important is a Cy Young to Shohei Ohtani?
Extremely. And I would, love to know. I mean, I think that with Shohei, he's done everything, on the field. He's carried, not single-handedly, but almost single-handedly, the game of baseball as far as domestic, international, being the face of the game. That's something he hasn't done. And also with Yamamoto, his teammate and countryman, that's something that one of those guys, I'm sure both those guys want to be the first Japanese-born player, to win a Cy Young.
The coach, manager, there are coaches who say, hey, I don't treat everybody the same, or managers, I don't treat everybody the same. What do you subscribe to? They're all individuals. I treat them as individuals, or it's a team.
I guess the easiest way to put it is you definitely treat them as individuals. You don't treat them the same, but you treat them fairly, and that's and obviously Dan, what that means is when you're Freddie Freeman, you get treated differently than Alex Freeland, and when you're Clayton Kershaw, you get treated differently than Emmett Sheehan, and that's the way it should be. Those things are earned.
The sound off of Shohei Ohtani's bat, like there's certain sounds in baseball. Can you think of another player when you
Miguel
heard
Cabrera?
it just sounded different?
It sounded different. Miguel Cabrera. That's the guy for me that when that dude hit a baseball, it was a different sound. But yes, when Shohei hits a baseball, it's a different sound.
I thought Jock Peterson had that sound too. Like it was like, wow.
It's luck coming off his bat too. Absolutely.
Explain the Yamamoto, pitching deep into games now. The rare occurrence. Playoffs last year, like that's an anomaly. Like we don't see that anymore.
Yeah, I think we're starting to get back to that now, which is a good thing. I think in baseball, the last couple years, last year in particular, I think that, I think organizations wide, industry wide, starting to, again, value length of a starting pitcher, and, understanding the value that the tax of pulling guys shorter, not letting them go longer, trying to protect the starter and say bullets, but has a cost with relievers, and not having your best pitcher essentially out on the mound, taking down more outs. I think Yamamoto's first year, he was cutting his teeth in the States. I kind of played him short because I wanted him to end with success and, get confidence, and pushed him a little bit more in the postseason. And then last year, if you look at his usage, I pushed him a little bit more, extend him in the postseason. And and I think I think you're seeing that more, I think, across baseball as well, not just, with our guys.
Are you defying analytics?
Yeah.
Are you doing that hitting? Is it still a all or nothing at the plate analytics?
No, it's not. And I think the team that we're playing right now is a good case study in, slugging when you're trying to slug, checking down and hitting with 2 strikes, hitting to the opposite field, the Blue Jays. I've always valued batting average. Freddie Freeman is, probably my favorite player I've ever coached, with everything and total of what he does, and he values batting average. And the biggest moments in a postseason game, you want hits and to be able to drive in a run. But in our game, so that's valued most in the postseason, but it's somehow been devalued in the season, the batting average, the runs batted in. So I've always been an advocate of that. And I don't like the 3, probable outcomes or things like that. That kind of, I've never been a fan of that type of hitter.
When's the last time you lost? When's the last time you watched Game 7 of the World Series?
Just recently, I did a podcast with Passon, with John Schneider, but that was kind of snippets. But I haven't, DP, I haven't watched Game 7 in its entirety ever, and I just really don't have any interest. I mean, it was a great game, great series, very fortunate, but maybe, I guess, for fear that the result might change.
How have the Blue Jays treated you?
Great. I guess when you're booed, that's a good thing. But I love Canadian people. The Canadians are very good people. I think that the World Series, the Blue Jays have been great for the country of Canada. I love coming north of the border, and I love Toronto. It's freezing here, but fortunately, we have the Rogers Center. We have a dome. But I love Canada.
Well, if you came out and they started applauding you, that probably would have meant, hey, thank you for giving us we got the World Series. So
totally fair.
Yes,
totally fair.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes. You want to get booed.
Compliment. You're right, DP.
Yeah, you're doing something right. Safe travels, as always. Thanks for spending some time.
All right, DP. Take care. We'll talk soon.
Dodger manager Dave Roberts.